Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Now let's get into the video. Marilyn Monroe was one of the biggest stars in the US back in the 1950s, and with that fame came a lot of money. She spent some of that on a house, which is why in this video we're taking a look inside Marilyn Monroe's stunning LA house. Number 6. Home in Brentwood. Marilyn Monroe is not only one of the most famous celebrities in the world, but she has had a very interesting life story as well. She gained fame at a very early age, prior to which she had been struggling to find an exact place to live. After she found fame, however, she had no problem finding residences all over the US, but she wasn't one to settle down in one place for a while. After her psychiatrist insisted that she find herself a permanent home, she ended up purchasing a property in Brentwood, Los Angeles. She ended up admiring this home to no end, and praised it whenever she got the chance. Number 5. Price of the mansion. Whenever a home in Los Angeles is talked about, the main question that pops up in everyone's mind is regarding the price. Well, since this mansion was purchased all the way back in 1962, it cost Marilyn Monroe around $77,500. That might sound like an unbelievably great price, but Marilyn couldn't even afford the full payment at the time. She ended up paying for half of the house, while getting a mortgage on the other half. This goes to show that even $77,000 was an extreme price for a house in that time period. Nonetheless, this proved to be a very valuable property, as it would later sell for millions of dollars. Unfortunately, Marilyn couldn't benefit from that, due to her untimely passing. Number 4. Focus on privacy. As we have repeatedly mentioned, Marilyn Monroe was truly an iconic person, and had a level of fame that was unheard of at that time. This is why, when she decided to pick a home, she chose one that would offer her some sense of privacy from the outside world. She ended up picking this house because of the fact that it was surrounded by trees and greenery on many sides. Aside from that, it also had thick gates that would have stopped anyone from entering had she not wanted them to. There were many reasons why her house was so iconic, and one of them had to do with the fact that she had red tiles all over her roof. Number 3. Interior of house. Now that we have extensively talked about the place surrounding the house, let's talk about what was inside the house. Due to the incredible amount of money she spent on the house, she had access to 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. Those were not the only great features inside that house, as she also had several fireplaces to keep her warm. One of the best features to have in a house situated in LA is a sunroom, which this mansion certainly had. Other than enjoying the warmth of the sun, her house was also lined with terracotta tiles below her feet, and an exposed wood ceiling above her head. While this might seem like a strange combination to have in the present day, this was most certainly the trend back when it was built. Number 2. Perks of living there. Her house didn't have a lot going on just inside of it, but outside of it as well. She had access to a gorgeous backyard, which she could peek out at from her large bedroom windows. The exterior of the house also had a pool that had a very iconic shape given to it, and it is not often seen nowadays. Other amenities of her house included the fact that it was surrounded by trees of all kinds, such as citrus. But there was one thing that caught the attention of anyone that came to visit her. This was the guest house that was situated in her home. But even with all this, her story had one of the most tragic ends that anyone could imagine. Number 1. Tragic ending to her story. Marilyn Monroe is a very iconic person now, but her fame isn't solely due to the way she lived, but also due to the way that she departed from this world. Unfortunately, she passed from this world in the same house that we have been talking about, and sadly, it happened just 6 months after she had moved in. When she was discovered lying in her bed by her housekeeper, there was no clear reason as to what had happened to her. Due to the mystery surrounding her passing, there was much attention given to her. She was in the world for only 36 years, and her young age is another reason why she's missed to this day. She created a name for herself due to her beauty, and even now, anything associated with her, like her house, has an immense value for her admirers. These are some of the details about Marilyn Monroe's house. She lived in a ton of homes throughout her lifetime, but this LA one was, by far, her favorite. That brings us to the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss out on future videos. If you enjoyed the content, then do leave a like. So until next time, take care and goodbye.